Hi, welcome to the You Do You Babe podcast. I'm so excited you stopped by. My name is Cathy Michaels and I'll be hosting the show. I was wondering, have you ever had something happen in your life that left you thinking, now what am I going to do? Well, I did. And not only was I thinking, what am I going to do? It went deeper and had me thinking, who am I really? That's when I decided to start this self-love adventure. I turned inward, working to become a better, healthier, and more confident version of myself. And I've never felt better. I guess the saying's true, everything happens for a reason. So I would love for you to join me as I continue my journey where I'll discuss the things I've learned, experiences I've had, mistakes I've made, and there were quite a few, but more importantly, the breakthroughs I've discovered. We are what we experience, and everyone's experience and perception is different. So please share what's going on in your life too, because after all, we need each other, and together we're better. All right, babes, enjoy the next episode, and we'll talk soon. Everybody, hi, welcome to You Do You Babe podcast. I'm so excited. I have a guest with me today, Kim Wenzler, my favorite indie author, but more importantly, one of my favorite people in this world. Thank you for coming, Kim.
Thank you.
I'm so
It's a pleasure.
Welcome to my show.
First time with a microphone. Sorry. This might get funny.
That's great.
Just kidding.
I love it. So, Kim, you've written 4 books so far.
Published, yes.
Self-published 4 books.
Right.
Both Sides of Love was the first one?
Yes.
What was this one? You have to remind me. What was this one about? I read all of them. Well, first of all, I'm lucky enough to read the manuscript.
Yeah, you're in the back of the book.
I'm mentioned in this book as a thank you. Yes. But I am lucky enough to read the manuscripts. So that's pretty exciting. So this one is about Beth.
This is about lost love and friendship and choosing between true love and true friendship. If you have to make a decision or a choice between your best friend and the love of your life, and you can't have both, what would you choose? And that's pretty much the premise of the story.
Well, right now, I'm so addicted to love and being loved properly that I would choose true love.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. That's excellent.
That's me. All right, letting go.
Nice. Yeah, letting go is a love story from from a mother to her son. And it's basically love never dies. The mother is taken away and she's able to see her husband and her son move on, and she tries to help in any which way she can.
Oh, like an angel.
Well,
like she's above.
I don't want to give it away, really.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay.
This is the closest to my heart. I love this story.
Is this your first book?
It's the first book I wrote.
Okay.
It's the second book I published.
Oh, but Both Sides of Love was the first one that you published. Okay.
Yeah. But I love that story. It's a beautiful story of family and love and forgiveness and
the fabric of us.
Yeah. That was fun. That's a couple married 30 years celebrating her 50th birthday, and now they're ready. They made sacrifices their whole lives. They're ready to move on, but they're hit with a big surprise that really tests everything that they built their marriage on. And so it's a shocking. Secrets are revealed.
This is a good one.
Yeah,
I remember this.
This
one.
was
Yeah, I do. I did
I
enjoy that.
enjoyed.
And this one, Seasons Out of Time.
Yeah.
What's this one about?
I think like you don't know. This is the story of a woman who is her husband left her for a younger woman.
Her name's not Cathy. Her name's Heather.
Her name is not Cathy. This was written before.
Right, that's right. Seems so parallel.
It really does. It's very I understand that my readers, when they write to me, they say it's very relatable.
Yes.
They find someone they can relate to in any of my books.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So this one is about a woman in her 40s who finds true love for the first time and learns how to live her life and find herself from a very unsuspecting teacher. So, yes, it's an unconventional love.
This is a very great book, and it really does happen.
Oh yeah, for sure, it happens
in this book.
Yeah.
I've been invited.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no.
For sure.
I don't want to give it away.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah,
so,
I feel like it's a parallel
thank
to my
you.
life.
It's funny, right? How,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kim, how did you get involved in writing? When did you
Um,
start writing?
oh, I've been writing my whole life. I kept journals. I don't know if you keep journals.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay. I've kept journals. I'm not a great verbal communicator. Whenever I was upset or something, even something great happened to me, I wrote it down, and it just became clearer to me. Either, my emotions were clearer to me when I was angry at my then boyfriend, who's now my husband. I would write him a letter and tell him what I was angry
Really?
about, because I couldn't speak. I would cry. I couldn't speak. So
Aw.
I just love that form of expression. And then when my second son, Alex, got on the bus for the first time to go to kindergarten, I had a few hours to myself. I was a stay-at-home mom. And I told my husband, I think I'm going to write a story. I think I'm going to write a book. I think I know what it's about. And he wasn't really surprised, which was shocking to me. Because I guess
Because you always wrote him
I was
letters.
always writing. I wrote him letters. I wrote poems. I did all that kind of stuff. He said, go for it, which I thought was uber supportive. And I did. And I wrote every day for a year. And it was the best, most cathartic. And that was letting go. What would happen if I couldn't raise my boys? If
Right.
somebody else had to raise my boys? And that was my fear. So I wrote it. And it was, that saved me, from that worry.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, no, it's
like
not weird.
I
I'm learning that
Put
now.
it down and then, yeah. And sometimes you can even just light it on fire and let it go or
Right.
something.
I do that.
But I keep everything.
Yeah.
So,
I actually write some letters and I do
Yeah.
Put it in the fire.
yeah, I mean, just having it.
It's
out
supposed to let it go from
there.
your...
Yeah.
But sometimes I still wake up the next day still very angry.
Yeah, write it again.
Write it again.
Write it again. Maybe it'll
Write
come
it a
out
little
differently. Maybe it'll come out differently.
Yeah, I didn't realize what a powerful tool writing can be for your self-care.
I mean, yeah.
So
That's
it's
how
something that I just started in
Yeah,
March.
great.
Starting a journal.
Okay.
And, I did everything else first. And I just thought, I'm an overthinker.
Oh, welcome to the club. That's my problem.
I have a very busy mind.
I know. And it's exhausting. Isn't it exhausting? Yes.
So I do wake up and I write in the morning.
Oh.
I do it in the morning because I'm starting to remember my dreams.
Okay, good.
And
That's
I like
awesome.
to write down my dreams.
Yeah.
But before you actually started writing to your husband or for your, for a book, was it a part of your routine every day? Every day, right?
Yeah, I have like a shelf of all journals.
You have them all.
In college, I wrote.
I'm sad that I didn't
wrote
do that.
in Europe. I wrote everywhere I went. I brought a journal with me, not knowing what I would do with it.
It reminds me of Bridges of Madison County. Right? Where when the mom dies and they find all of her journals.
Yeah, exactly.
That's beautiful because I feel bad. I never wrote anything down.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want anybody to know my thoughts.
Yes.
And then use them against me.
It can be very violating.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, no one in my house is interested. So
but
I had no
you were
fear.
younger. Like I was like
Again,
you know how like
I
when we were
didn't-
little we would get diaries.
Yes,
I was like, I'm not putting anything in writing, so
Yeah.
my mother can find it. And I
Yeah.
wrote, my mother pissed me off today.
Yeah,
Like,
my mother never looked.
She never
She
looked.
never looked, or if she did, she had her own issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't write a lot of hardcore stuff when I was very young.
Okay.
I wrote I still have
Bobby
my first.
likes me.
No, I didn't even go there. I just wrote. It's funny because I had a Hello Kitty dear diary, and it's very, very old. I must have been about 7 or 8 years old, and I found it not too long ago, and it's in my house, and it says, "Dear Diary, February 8th, 1970s." Okay,
Forget
blah, blah,
the
blah.
year.
I hope I get to see Elisa today. And I used to say everything with I hope and pray.
Yeah.
I have a good day. And then it was funny because I was telling my girlfriend who I grew up with my whole life about it, and I went to go show it to her, and I found written and the last, because I only filled up like a quarter of it or a half of it, and I found after the last page, "Dear Diary, I hope I find a tall, dark, and handsome man to marry him with the name of Steve.
No way.
It's so funny. So he's the only one who went into that childhood diary, but otherwise, it's all for me.
That is great.
It was hysterical. But anyway, the point is,
Yeah.
it is for you. And if somebody's going to, you
Yeah,
know,
but that's why I never did it when I was
Yeah.
younger. I had, I had 3 brothers.
Oh, yes, that's true.
I was like, I'm not putting it in
No, that's
writing.
different.
No freaking way.
and that probably happens a lot.
Probably.
That probably happens a lot.
Probably.
Yeah.
So no. And then like
Okay.
now they make the little diaries for the kids with the codes and the this and the that, the invisible pen. Now if I had all that, maybe I
Right.
would have done it. But no.
Right, yeah.
I would have, oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
and I
that's
wasn't a
true.
bad girl.
No.
I was a good kid, but
No.
I just,
But your thoughts don't mean that you have good actions, but maybe your thoughts are, you have angry. Or you're,
whatever.
it is.
Yeah, whatever. I just did not want
Yeah.
anybody to use it against me.
Okay, so you started.
So I started. I
That's
started
perfect.
last month. Now, a lot of people that, who are going through the self-care, self-love, self-discovery, whatever you want to call it, journey, they always start with writing right away. And I'm kind of pissed. I should have started I should have started sooner.
But you didn't. and
I
it's
didn't.
okay.
I didn't.
Now you
But I
move
should have.
forward.
But now I move forward.
Mhm.
But I had, I'm trying to play catch up. I have so
Yeah.
much to say. But remember one night I was going into the city and I remember calling you because
Yes.
I was reading a book. I'm constantly reading and
Good.
I'm reading more self-help than
Yes, that's
enjoyable
what you need.
books right now. But the one book said about having to, writing a book. And I remember calling you and saying,
Yeah.
Kim,
I want to
I want to write a book.
I know. And of course, what did I tell you, which is horrible?
What did you say?
What?
You,
I said, great, but,
yeah.
most of the world, who
Yeah,
doesn't know you.
That's what I said. Who's gonna have? Why do I have this urge to write a
Yeah.
book? Who's gonna write? Who's gonna
Right.
read this book?
Right.
And then you explained to me,
Right.
no. You're just gonna write it because it's cathartic. It's
That's
gonna
right.
feel good for you. It's gonna get the thoughts out. What's
Right.
ever going on in your
Right.
brain? Because right away I'm like, who's gonna buy it?
Right.
Like somebody's gonna buy my book because I'm Cathy Michaels and everybody wants to know what's going
And everyone
on in my
should
life.
want to know, but they don't.
They will after this because I'm gonna become
Exactly.
so popular. No.
Yeah, exactly. I truly believe you will. I do.
So
But
it's so funny because I do refer to this as my show, like I'm a
Yeah.
talk show.
I think that's great.
Yeah,
I think you're amazing. I think you're brave, and
Thank
I
you.
have total confidence. in
Thank you. You
so.
know what? I don't mind telling people what I'm going through. I don't mind sharing.
Yeah. Again, somebody will say, "Oh, I'm not so alone," or
Right.
I think it's nice that you share because you don't know how many people you might be helping.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
good,
do
yeah.
realize that a lot of women don't do self-care.
No.
Or like it's not going to the spa and buying yourself
Right.
a nice
No.
pocketbook. Like
Right.
that's not
Right.
self-care.
Doesn't
And-
hurt to
no,
do, but-
no, I'm not saying not do that.
know.
Reward yourself because this is a lot of fucking work. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, it's a lot
But
of work.
it's not just that.
No.
But that's how I started.
Yeah.
I started with very light things, and now I'm digging deeper.
Good.
And now it's just emotional.
Now it gets hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah,
And
that's-
I just but I do realize a lot of women I speak to don't do self-care.
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of the younger girls like in their 20s, they
Yeah.
do.
Oh, yeah.
They've got this covered. They know their shit. I'm like, I wish I was 20 again. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm 20, but I
Yeah.
I wish I really
Yeah.
was in my 20s again,
Yeah.
So do you ever take any instances from your life and put them in your books?
I might take a personality or two
Mm-hmm.
and mix it with something. Like one of the kids in one of the books, I kind of use some of Alex's personality, and another one, Zach, my older
I
son.
know, he's so funny. I love him.
Yeah, he decided his girlfriend, thank God bless her, got them reading and eating better and exercising. And so he said, I'm
Wow.
going to, yeah.
She sounds amazing.
I'm
wanna
like,
date her.
kudos, because I couldn't do it my whole life. And he said, I'll read one of yours, Mom. I said, you might want to start with something that's geared more toward
Were
you.
you nervous about that?
No, I wasn't nervous at
okay.
all. No. I just thought he would lose interest quick.
Yeah.
And just, put it down.
No. You didn't.
Because my ideal reader, when I wrote it, is a specific woman like myself. Yeah, somebody who can relate to.
Yeah.
He, he just brought tears to my eyes when he would update me on what he was reading and where he was and how he was staying up late, and
You
he
couldn't put
couldn't
it
believe
down.
it. He couldn't put it down.
Yeah, I felt that way about some of your books too.
Aw,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
I couldn't put him down.
I didn't expect that from him.
Yeah.
And then he read, and then of course she read,
Yeah.
but they read the same book
Yeah.
together, even though they live apart. And
They did
and
like
then
a little
he
book
read,
club.
yeah, they're so
Great.
cute.
They are cute.
And then he read Letting Go, which was my, my like just my ode to him, him and
to
his
the
brother,
kids,
my
yeah.
love for him and his brother. And he said it just tore him up. He said, "I see a lot of myself in the boy."
Oh, I love
and I said,
that.
"It's
I got
not.
the
It's
chills.
not. Because he said, I see a lot of myself, and that one he just said, I felt so much.
Oh.
It damn near made me cry or something. But it was very sweet. So it's very
Yeah.
nice, and it was the best review ever. So.
Oh, that's great. Now, do you journal still?
No.
You don't?
No. Because I work full time. I take care of my mother. And so I don't journal right now.
Do you think it would help you journaling, taking care of your mother?
That will be a book.
That will be a book.
Because I think a lot of us in like my age, which is, a little north of 30, a little, are going through the sandwich stage.
Right.
Which is very difficult because the parent who was like your mother, tough.
Yeah.
She, yelled when she needed to yell. Ultimately, she was a quiet woman, but she was the disciplinarian, not my dad. And she was, would walk everywhere fast, and she wouldn't stop moving. She's a child now. I feel like she's become a child. I get short with her, and I have to help her do everything, and I have to take care of all her finances, and it's the saddest thing ever. But you do it because she's your mother,
right?
And she spent her life taking care of you. So on top of that, you still have one in college, and they have their own.
Yeah.
So I don't have time. I'm trying to write my book, and that takes priority over a journal. But I do miss journaling. But now I put all my feelings in the story as best I can.
Will you ever write a memoir?
No, nobody's interested. I'm not.
I am
at all.
I'm so nosy. I'm so nosy.
Love that. I don't think anybody would be interested.
But after you write all these books, and one day they'll be a bestseller on the New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, from your mouth. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna manifest that. Manifest that shit.
Throw it out there.
Then they'll want to know about your life, like how you. I mean, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you come up with such creative stories. My life can be a creative story.
Yeah, and what did I tell you? If you wanted to
I
write
want
your
to
memoir, make it into a fiction.
Yeah.
People will buy that.
Yeah, but my life is.
Yeah, your life is pretty interesting.
It's pretty interesting. I just need to find the love letters, and then we'll be writing a book. You'll help me write a book.
That would be amazing. Yeah. No, you would write it, but I would
I
definitely
don't know how to
support you.
write a book.
Yes, you do.
No, I mean I'm
It's
like
persistent
randomly.
and sitting in a chair and not giving up.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
I remember
anybody could
asking.
do it, but
I said, "Can I just randomly write, and I don't have to be so detailed?"
Right.
And you said, "Yeah, start off with just randomly writing.
It's your work.
It's your work, and
Your
then
art.
eventually you'll go back and you'll get more detailed after you read it."
Exactly.
And
and you'll hire some help.
yeah, I mean,
editing.
yeah, I mean, my life should really be on Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
It should be a Lifetime.
Yeah,
movie.
it's pretty.
But what I realized about journaling that it encourages my curiosity. Okay, like I think of one thing, but then why am I thinking of that?
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
like I said
that's
in my
good.
my last episode, for some reason I envisioned walking with little Cathy. We're all wearing pearls, remember?
Yeah, at the beach.
I had no idea why were pearls.
Yeah.
Why were we wearing pearls
Right. Well,
in
they come
bathing
off
suits?
out of shells, right?
That's not it though.
Right,
So
okay.
pearls, I looked it up today, and
Okay.
this is what piques my interest, and then I start writing about it. So that's
Okay.
the curiosity.
That's awesome.
Why are we wearing pearls? Do you ever wear pearls to a bathing suit? I mean, to a beach? No.
I don't. No,
No,
go
I don't
to
wear
the
any
beach
jewelry. I
anymore.
wear my earrings.
That's
you know,
right, that's right,
I don't.
that's
I don't
right.
wear jewelry to the beach.
Yeah.
So the pearls,
Amazing.
it's just a lot. it's about wisdom, protection. I mean, I have probably 13 pages I printed out what the
Amazing.
spirituality behind, that's not it.
Oh.
What the spirituality is behind pearls.
Okay.
So pretty interesting.
Yes.
But it piques your curiosity. So
Yes,
because
I
I
love
wrote
that.
in my journal how this session went with this lady.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, pearls, like seriously? Like
Yeah.
so it does
Wow.
it does do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It also requires me to focus
Okay.
writing, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
You can write freely. Like you said, it doesn't you don't
Right,
have
like
to
no one's ever
like
gonna
no
read it.
yeah.
Right.
It doesn't need to make sense.
No.
Just write it. Just write it all down.
Yeah, that's right.
The best part is you can do it anywhere.
Yep.
Okay, so I take my journal everywhere with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is it teaches me about myself and it makes space for my emotions.
Oh, very nice.
So that's
right.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that's so I've only been doing it for a month, and this is my little journal.
Yes, those are mine. That's what I
Oh,
use.
I didn't get anything fancy.
No, I love that.
But I've only been doing it for a month, and one thing.
Oh, wow.
So I started off. I'm going to show everybody. Don't zoom in and try and read my journal, okay?
That's amazing.
So I wrote. You know, I started writing just everything, just writing. Now,
good.
when I spoke to you back last year, I did start writing my book. That's
Yes,
a whole
that's
nother.
right.
So it's this same thing, but in black. Okay. So I started writing in my journal, right? And then I was reading a book, and she mentions journal prompts, right?
Yeah.
So I went off and I did all of her journal prompts from the
Okay.
very first book that I read.
Okay.
And
were they more helpful than just free writing like you had been doing?
so they. Yes and no. Like sometimes it shouldn't have to be like I shouldn't be like. You shouldn't see steam coming out of my ears, smoke coming out of my ears. It should just be very easy to write, right?
Not everything is easy to write.
I know. So I avoid the journal prompts because they're not always very easy to answer.
Yeah, interesting.
And I just don't know if I'm ready yet for some of those. So I made it important to just wake up in the morning, 20 minutes.
Good.
But I really want to get my dreams in. If I remember my dream, because I never remembered my dream, and now I have some really vivid dreams, and I write them down. But like, you know, one of them, I did have to write like a letter to my past self, and I'm actually going to share this entry. But I'm sloppy. Oh, and another thing, somebody, who was it? Yolanda. Do you remember? Did you ever watch Oprah? The Oprah Network?
Yeah.
Okay. So she has that woman Yolanda on there. I don't know. I saw her on Instagram, and she said for 40 days, she wants you to write 40 affirmations every day in your diary. So every day, so I started that, and every day I write my 40 affirmations, even though I have my room that's filled with affirmations. All I am doing is affirming and manifesting. That's all I'm doing.
Right.
But I did write a letter, and I'll share it with you guys, to past me.
Okay, good.
So are you going to go back to journaling after this, maybe?
You know, while you're talking about that, when I blogged, you know.
That was kind of like journaling.
It is. I'm putting out things that, you know, moved me.
Yeah.
And I wrote a letter to my past self.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
It was regarding skin.
Okay.
Care.
But it's really good to do.
If I could, I think it's so important to do. I love that. I love that you are going to read this entry.
Yeah, I'm going to read it. Why not? So I wrote, Dear Past Me, I am glad you are in the past. I'm sorry, my handwriting is so sloppy. I'm glad you're in the past.
Even for you.
Yeah. I do want to apologize to you, though. I am sorry I worried and made things difficult at times. I am sorry for the pain I allowed you to endure. I am sorry I didn't put you first. Boy, do I have a lot of apologizing to do. I feel we did what was right at the time. We helped people, but we sacrificed our well-being. I neglected you. You are a thing of grace, beauty, and compassion. How could I do that to you? I'm like so emotional.
Aww.
How could I do that to you? Thank you, though, for being strong and always putting on a positive face, even when it was a dark time. You taught me so many life lessons. You showed me all that I deserve. I am forever grateful in everything we have endured, because I wouldn't know what to say to my future self if it weren't for you. We had many good times together, especially bringing in and raising my two beautiful children. I love you past me, and I will keep your memory close to my heart. Love me now.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Right?
I love that.
This journaling thing.
Wow.
And I'm sorry.
Look at you.
I'm so emotional.
You're a good writer,
I
my
am.
friend. Uh-huh. Yes, it's very moving.
Very wise in the morning. As
No,
the day goes on, I'm like,
well, that's it. I think we're most vulnerable, maybe.
yeah.
In the morning before we start.
Yeah.
Living for the day.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great time to write.
Yeah. So that was
That's beautiful.
That I thought it was beautiful too. That's why I said,
Yeah.
I'm going to share
It's a good
with
share.
everybody. I did write one to my future self.
Uh-huh.
I'll share this too. This isn't as emotional.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
I'm new.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
So I said, dear future self, wow, girl, look at you go.
Yes.
Look how far you have come. You're done with the 9 to 5. You're out there killing it, helping women find themselves again, women who were lost. Mm-hmm. You are giving them hope. You have beautiful children who are in loving relationships. You really are rocking all aspects of your life. You have the most amazing romantic relationship with someone. The families are together. It couldn't be better. It's better than you have ever imagined. I'm so proud of you. It's like you made a self-love movement, a crusade. You do you.